Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. I hope you guys can see me clear. Now, let's talk about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw in Paris. Can I, first of all, there's a couple of things I forgot to mention last night that I will be mentioning today. And the first thing is, I do appreciate that WWE brought a uniqueness to their stage, to the entry stage, having the Eiffel Tower as part of the stage entry, because with the exception of WrestleMania, all the wrestling stages are completely the same, which is understandable. I'm sure they have a good reason for doing that. But when I was coming up, all the pay-per-view stages were unique and different in their own way. But everything happens for a reason. This Eiffel Tower, though, was pretty cool. We had one of the things I want to talk about is we had the Kabuki Warriors were successful against the Judgment Day, but something is going on with Asuka, and I think there's a heel turn coming along with her. I must say, however, there are a couple of things I found very interesting. There were some scenes backstage, double scenes with the Kabuki Warriors. One involved Rhea Ripley, who was also in convo with CM Punk later on in the night. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley sounds like a really good one to me. We also saw Asuka interrupting Nikki Bella, and for whatever reason, the fans of Paris aren't really feeling Nikki that much. They're not feeling Becky Lynch that much either, even though they had a pretty good promo segment between Becky Lynch and CM Punk. Speaking of Becky Lynch and CM Punk, when CM Punk was taunted by Becky Lynch near the end of the show, I must say, Becky Lynch has it pretty good. Even though she took a bump from Baron Corbin once in 2019, Becky Lynch has it very good. Because if Becky Lynch grew up in attitude or ruthless aggression, CM Punk would have put her to sleep like that. Because this is the PG era and we can't do certain things. But if this were the Attitude Era, as we all know, and Ruthless Aggression were the eras of equal opportunity. And CM Punk would not have hesitated. And with the smile that CM Punk had when he found out that WWE is going to be in Chicago this Friday, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I also hope that they bring AJ Lee back to the WWE. Yes, she doesn't work there right now, Becky, but I would love to see AJ Lee come back to WWE. Of course, CM Punk was smiling for different reasons. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Of course, back to the Kabuki Warriors and Asuka going heel. Asuka versus Rhea seems like a good one, but I'm going to tell you what I found very hilarious. During all the segments involving the Kabuki Warriors with Rhea as well as with Nikki Bella, the fans of Paris aren't feeling Nikki for some reason, but the segment where Asuka kept coming in saying, "Excuse us!" we understood that well. That was funny. But what was so hilarious was when Asuka walked off, Kyrie was about to say to everyone, just please be patient. She's cranky right now. But what's so hilarious was when Asuka would say, "Kyrie!" I can't do it justice. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't do it justice. But the way she was like, "Kyrie!" I can't put on my good Japanese impersonation. I apologize. It's not meant to mock anyone. It's just an impersonation for fun. I thought it was hilarious. I didn't know Asuka in WWE would be what's that man's name? I keep forgetting. Roderick Strong. Excuse me. Asuka is becoming what Roderick Strong is in AEW. Kyle! No, not Kyle. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Kyle! Why is Roderick yelling? And Asuka was like Kyle O'Reilly today. We saw AJ Styles versus Simp 19 Dominic Mysterio And unfortunately, Simp 19 is still Intercontinental Champion. However, I was really hoping that AJ Styles would win. Paris really loves AJ Styles, and the crowd of France is awesome because there's this chant. I'm gonna see if I can pronounce it well, but in French, the song goes, AJ is really phenomenal, la 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 la. But in French, it is I can't say it correctly. I have to study. Once I study, I'll be able to tell you. But I forgot how it goes. But that chant is very awesome. I really enjoy it. It's connected to AJ Styles. I think it's great. AJ has fans in France. I think it's really cool. And I was really hoping that AJ Styles would win the Intercontinental Championship. That way we can get AJ Styles versus John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship, because as you saw last night, John Cena paid homage to one of his rivals, AJ Styles, with the Styles Clash to Logan Paul in what was a great match between the two. Thankfully, Cena won. But unfortunately, Simp 19 Dom is still champion. But we still can get AJ Styles versus John Cena, just not for the Intercontinental Championship, after he settles his issues with Brock Lesnar. We also saw the main event tonight. We had Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed versus LA Knight and Jey Uso, who are already banged up, thanks a lot to what happened last night. So, unfortunately for them, they didn't win. The heels of wrestling continue to win as Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the B&B team, won the match and unfortunately continued to do damage. And the only good thing about this is Wade Barrett yelling, "Tsunami!" Of course, I didn't expect Jimmy Uso to show up, but thankfully he did. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And let's see what happens when John Cena and CM Punk will be on Friday Night SmackDown, which is in CM Punk's home of Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, I would like to take this time to once again extend my condolences to anyone affected by a particular mass shooting where 54 people were apparently injured. So my thoughts and prayers are with you guys. What's with all the mass stuff going on? In any event, everyone needs to watch more WWE. It'll just really make the world a better place. But in any event, my thoughts and prayers are with everyone affected. Let's see what happens when Punk goes home. In the meantime, I'm your host, Daniel Cody, giving you commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Hope AJ Lee returns, and I will see you guys next time.